Hello everybody, and thank you for joining me. Fingers crossed that the Wi-Fi is going to stay on today. Had a great time with the men from Sky, but that's a whole other story. So apologies for being missing for the last few days, but as I say, that's all down to Sky Broadband. Thanks guys. And obviously it's because I live in the boondocks. Actually, I live 20 minutes from Dublin, but as I said, that's for another time. Just move on. Okay, so thank you so much for joining me today. The subject of today's little chat is, why would money want to stay with you? So why am I doing this? So basically, do you know what I forgot? For all those people who don't know who I am. So my name's Sarah McCandless. I am a coach and a trainer. I'm a mum and a wife and a daughter and a boozing buddy and all those cool things. But one thing I'm really not is a financial advisor. So if you're looking for financial advisory kind of advice, then you've come to the wrong place, because I don't do that. This is just a whole different way of looking at money, so that you'll have a whole different relationship with it. So why am I doing this? Well, it has to do with a bit of an epiphany that I had, God, it must be a couple of months ago now, at a workshop. And I realised that no matter how hard I worked, and I really do work hard, or how much stuff I sacrificed to work, that money, when it came to me, never wanted to stay. It always used to get rid of it, or I used to get rid of it. And it was from that experience that I put together this course called How to Make Friends with Your Money. And all these little Facebook lives come directly from that course, but I'll tell you all about that later. So first things first, if anybody has any questions at all, please pop them in the comments below, and I'll answer them if I can. If I can't do them live, then I will do them tomorrow, now that I have Wi-Fi. Okay, so today we're going to be talking a bit more about your money person. And if you don't know what I mean about a money person, it's about thinking of money as a person that lives in your home. So it's not just any old person, it's your person, because your money is yours. So if you think of all the other people that are yours in your life, it could be a partner or a husband or a wife or kids or relatives or whoever else lives with you. It's all about thinking of money as one of those people, so somebody who's very close to you. So why do we do this? Well, the reason is that as mums, and my coaching is specifically for mums, and I'm a mum, so I kind of know what I'm talking about, although I don't profess to be the best mum in the world. I'm learning. The thing is, with us mums, our job is basically to care for people, to look after people, to nurture people, to help them grow, to keep them safe, all things that you'd want to do with your money. So looking at money as a person, I found really helped me change my relationship with money, because I have all those skills, and instead of just applying them to people, I could apply them to my money. See where I come from? Okay, so for today, I want you to think of your money as a person. Okay, you'll probably need a pen and paper for the next bit, because if you can't answer the questions that I'm going to talk about today right now, then it's a good idea to write them down so you can answer them at your leisure, or when the kids have gone to bed, or whenever. So if you think about your money person, and because they are yours, because they live with you, and the care that they currently receive from you, okay, so the care they currently receive from you, when you think of them, what is the look on their face? So what does that look on their face tell you? If you have difficulty with this, think of somebody who is actually one of your people, one of your kids or your husband or your wife or whoever, and think about, if you gave the same care and attention to them, how would they look at you? Interesting, no? Okay, the next question is, how do you feel when you look at them? So when you look at them, what is the first feeling? So if you're thinking of money as a person that, you know, you live with, and that lives in your house and you're caring for and all the rest of it, how do you, when you see them with that look on the face, What do you think? What's the feeling that comes up in you? And write that down. And here's the kicker question for today. Where does this feeling come from and what's it based on? So the important thing here is to notice how you feel and notice what emotions come up. And the reason why this is important, because on a very basic level, if it's not something that you like, you can change it. And you can change it in the same way that if your kids ever look at you and they're not impressed, or you've upset them in some way, you have the power to change that. So that's what I'm talking about. So that's why it's really, really key to this bit, is to figure out, okay, what do they look like and how do they make you feel, and what is that based on? So I'll give you an example. For me, when I did this bit, okay, the look on the face of my money person made me want to cry, because I'd completely ignored it. I had completely run away from it. It was completely excluded from my life except when I wanted something for it. So basically, it was an abused person, a used and abused person, which is not the way I roll and not the way I would ever want anybody who had anything to do with me to feel. When I looked at them, I felt so guilty and sad, and that was different from how I'd felt when I actually held some money, which is a few Facebook Lives back. But I felt so sad, and I really wanted it to change. And the feeling came from me just completely not doing what I usually do to people that I care for, which is I make sure they know that I love them. I try and help them as much as I can. I try and put things in place to help them grow and help them be the best they can be. That sounds really cheesy, but it's true. I try and do a lot of things, but I didn't do any of this for my money, and it made me really, really sad. But it also gave me the opportunity to change things. And that is, hello, Regina. Thanks for joining me. It's great to see you. And it's the having the choice to be able to change things. That's the whole point. And that's the whole point of this entire thing, is that once you're aware of something, you have the power to change it. And like with all good coaching, you have to find out where you're starting from before you can start out to where you want to go. So with the money thing, it's being aware of what kind of person they would be in your life and how they make you feel. So I'm just going to ask now if anybody's got any questions. And while I'm waiting for questions, I can tell you about where this all comes from. So this all comes from a program that I've written called How to Make Friends with Your Money, which is basically all of the exercises and experiences that I've had on this journey, from being somebody who was really scared and really fearful of her money because it caused the biggest rows in my house. And I went from that to where I am now, which is I'm no longer afraid to look at the bank balance. I'm no longer afraid to let go of my money. I am thankful for when it comes in, and I take notice every time I get it. So I used to be one of those people that used to just stuff any money that I had in my handbag, and not pay any attention to it. And it wasn't any wonder that it wouldn't stay around. Hi, Amy. Thanks for coming to see me. It's great to see you guys. And my Wi-Fi is still working. Yay! Touch wood. Okay, so I put together this program. There's a workbook, there's a coaching package, and very soon there's going to be a workshop. I'm trying to decide whether to have it before Christmas or after Christmas, but full details will be up on my website, which is www.lifesparkle.ie, or my Facebook page, which is Lifesparkle Coaching. So getting back to the questions, I have a few that a couple of people have asked me before. So the first one comes in from John, and he's a very straight down the line kind of guy, and he says, okay, what do you mean by the look on their face? So to recap, it's important to think about your money as a person, and what, after the treatment and the care that you are currently giving them, what would the look on their face be? So I completely get where you're coming from, because it's a bit out there, but it helps an awful lot. And if you're having a hard time thinking of this, then think about somebody else in your house and how would the look on their face be when they looked at you if you treated them the same way that you treat your money. So if you gave them the same care, the same attention, the same security that you give them your money, how would they look at you? Hi, Karen. Good to see you too. Okay, so my next question comes from Sue. So she's saying, I'm finding it hard to think of my money as a person. And yes, it is quite an abstract thought, but as caregivers, which all mums are in one way or another, I know, woohoo, I'm back. I am, thank God. Touch wood so far. As caregivers, it's our job to look after everybody. Usually we end up looking after a whole load of other people that we don't really mean to, but it just happens. So thinking of money as a person reframes your money from being a thing to something you care about, and immediately your relationship with it will change. That's the biggest learning that I had. So trying to think of money as a person, start at the bottom and work your way up. What would they look like? What clothes would they wear? How would they stand? All that kind of good stuff, until you have a picture of them in your head. And how old would they be? So my money, because I didn't used to have much of it, was very small. And I have a soft spot for littlies because I have a couple of them. Hi, Sandra. Nice to see you too. Great. Thank you for joining. And that made the look on their face even more resonate with me much, much more. So it really made me want to change things. So if you're finding it hard to think of your money as a person, just walk through the steps. What do they look like? What do they stand like? What clothes are they wearing? And just make that mental picture in your head. The same way as if I asked you to shut your eyes and think of your front door, a picture would pop in your head. The same thing happens. Posh name for it is visualization. Okay, so my last question, it comes in from Rachel, who wants to know, why do I have to think of money as a person? Okay, well, you don't. Do you know that? You don't have to do anything that I'm saying. I'm just telling you what really helped with me, in the hope that it will really help you. So the whole theory behind this is that money goes from being a thing to being a person. And naturally, as women, and because most of the, and sorry, John out there, and Ray and Jim, sorry. Okay, as most of my clients are women, and most of them are mums, we are caregivers. So we're very good at it, you know. Hello, Carolina Reardon, lovely to see you too. So if we start giving that same care and attention, the stuff we do every day without thinking, that we give freely to the people that we love, to our money, immediately your relationship will change, and change for the better. And you know, I'm all about hugs. It's very hard to hug your money, but it's very easy to keep, you know, to keep it in your hand and say, hello, I'm glad you're here. And as daft as that might sound, makes all the difference in the world. So guys, I really hope that was helpful today. If anybody has any questions, please post them on Facebook, and I will either get back to you today or I will address it tomorrow, because now I have Wi-Fi. Yeah. So just the last little word. Any questions, post them on Facebook at Life Sparkle Coaching, or go to my website, lifesparkle.ie, or you can email me anytime at sarah@lifesparkle.ie. So thank you so much for coming. I'd love to hear what you think and if it's helpful, and I'll see you tomorrow. Okay, sweeties. Oh, and is it snowing where you are? Because it's snowing where I am, which is bonkers, but good. All right, see you later. Bye.